Ian, yeah, you've lost a bunch of weight.
I certainly have. I'm on the in Katie's group, so with a weight loss program. So
You bet.
it's
I
actually,
I send those texts out every morning.
yeah, I see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm doing well. I'm actually probably lost for other reasons, but I've lost about 10 kilograms in about probably 6 weeks, 7 or 8 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah. But now you got sick too. That was part of it, was it?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons, but I'm out and reasonably fit now, so I'm just eating correctly,
You bet.
taking the right
Yeah.
products.
Yep, that's what you got to do is now you got to learn how to maintain and keep your weight down and build the muscle back up, but don't gain that
That's
extra fat.
that's right. Yeah. No, no.
You bet.
Feeling good now. Feeling good.
All right. Well, it's the top of the hour, everyone. Welcome to the call. My name is Dr. Kurt Fisnick, and I've got my friend Ian on the call. He's from down under, and we got Katie on the call. I don't know if Katie's going to turn her video on or not, but anyhow, tonight we wanted to share some things about Fucoydon. I'll tell you, back about 10, 11 years ago, I was driving from here. I was heading down to St. Louis, and I was going to do some speaking at an anti-environmental medicine group down there, and I stopped to visit my friend in Omaha, which is about not quite a third of the way there, well, maybe about a third of the way there. And I stopped to see my friend in Omaha, and he said, "Kurt, you got to listen to this," and he gave me some recordings, of Tom Maurer Sr. And the first one was on that I listened to was on TSX, the telomere support extreme, which I just really been learning about telomeres, a couple different products that hit the market. 2009, the Nobel Prize was given to a group of scientists for their work on telomeres. And so I was really intrigued with that. And so it got my attention. But the next product I listened to Tom talk about was Fucoydon. And, I'd never heard of Fucoydon before. I'd never heard of it called Fucoydon. Now, Limamui. I've heard of it called that. I heard it called Limamui before, and so, but I wasn't familiar with Fucoydon. So it got my attention and it intrigued me enough that I started listening. And I'm like, I wonder why I haven't. I'm into nutritional products, being a chiropractor and into natural health. Why haven't I ever really heard that much about Fucoydon? And so I started listening and I started reading up on it and I started, doing the studies and Tom Senior and I connected. We started talking, and he said, "I'm surprised you haven't heard about Fucoydon." He said, "Do you know there's over 1,200 studies on Fucoydon, on published on peer-reviewed medical journal, PubMed, Google Scholar. You can find over 1,200 published medical reports on Fucoydon, on all the things that it does." And I won't get into it right now. I'll just say that 1,200 studies, and you think about that. Now there's over 2,000 studies, published studies, and so it's almost doubled. The amount of studies on Fucoydon is almost doubled since I got started taking it. I take it every single day. I give it to my dogs every day. My mom was having some kidney issues and some edema, some pitting edema in her leg, and I had her start taking an extra dose of Fucoydon every day. And within a matter of a couple of weeks, the pitting edema started to dissipate, started to go away. Whenever my older black lab, once in a while he'd get a bladder infection, I'd give him a little bit of Fucoydon in with his water, and it seemed like it cleared up those bladder infections like that. So anyhow, Ian, I know you've done a lot of research on Fucoydon. You've done a lot of reading on it, so I'll let you kind of share the science behind it.
Well, I've just got a couple of points here, which I think there's so much to talk about, but I've written a couple of notes here, which I'm going to let you explain a little bit to me too, because one of the things here is it's got an anti-aging property, and I was looking at that, and and it's to do with the Sirtuin 6. Now, the Sirtuin 6 is apparently the only enzyme that can actually trigger this particular Sirtuin. So that's one of the important parts of it. So it presents itself for an anti-aging property. The other one that I looked at was that and we're doing it right now, is for weight loss. And what it does is it actually works on a lipolysis process. And this is from the notes I made, and I'm just going to read some of the notes here. It breaks down the lipids by hydrolysis and reduces fatty acids. So this is really important for people who may have like diabetes or other types of metabolic syndromes or things like that. So this is one of the reasons that Fucoydon is so important for health. There's lots of other reasons.
We put the fucoxanthins, which is the extract that you're talking about. We actually put that in sizzle fin.
Well, sizzle, just going back a bit, I was doing some research on different types of it. Like there's an Okinawan one, which I was looking at as a sort of comparison between our products. And the difference is that we have an amazing amount of, what could you call it, where that sizzle has actually made it 4 or 5 times greater than some of these other products. Now, one of the products was an Okinawan product. Now, this product was a capsule form. It came in, I think it was about 120 capsules, but it was $248 US for this bottle. So when you consider the properties of that, which are probably good, but the properties of what we have, I believe are far superior, in as much that Tom's actually put a lot more into it, like sulfates. We've added 4 or 5 times that sort of property to it. So, and also the price point is really, really good. So I think, what do we pay, about $80 for, or
52 a bottle. It's 52 if you buy it in a 4-pack.
Yeah, it's about $55 US dollars. But Ian, you're talking about how much more powerful our product is than the Okinawan product, and what Tom was able to figure out how to do was there's 3 different molecules. There's the U, F, and G molecules that are in the Fucose product, and only one of them, only the U molecule is naturally sulfated. And what Tom, so the F and the G molecules that are found in Fucoydon is just discarded. It's thrown away. But what Tom was able to figure out how to do is he was able to figure out how to sulfonate the F molecule and the G molecule. So that's what gave it right there. It gave it a 300% boost in its power. But then he was able to concentrate it another 30 times. He was able to concentrate it. And I don't know if have you ever been to the factory and seen the machine that he designed?
I've never been there. No, I've never been to that. I've been to America, but not to their factory. No.
Yeah,
No.
it's quite a machine. It basically, Tom puts they put raw Fuco seaweed into the machine, and it's got a shredder that shreds it up. It pulverizes it into just little tiny particles, and then it liquefies it. And it's got a sprayer nozzle, and what it does is it sprays it, and when it sprays it out, that's how they're able to super concentrate it and take all the other stuff out of it. So you bet.
I think one of the other important aspects is that where they harvest it from, which is, if it's pristine area, then it's going to be even better. Some of the other suppliers I noticed take them from various seas around the world, and some of them have got a little bit of a challenge, I think, maybe have some contaminants. So I think we actually have the ability to not have those in, I think it's Tonga they get it from, is that right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Which is a pretty pristine area, I believe. So, and they harvest it at the right time of the year too. So all those things are really important in producing this product.
Yeah, when you look at, you're talking about the area of the world where we get it from, Ian. When you take a look at where we get it from, just like in the air, there's jet streams that go from China, and then it goes up north through Russia, and it goes up into the Arctic Circle, Alaska, through Canada, and then it comes right down through United States. So we're getting all that toxic waste from China and all over on the western part of Asia. It's coming right here and landed in the middle of the United States, all over. They say every single body of water in the United States is contaminated because of it. Well, in the water, there's a similar jet stream called an ocean stream or sea stream. And so it comes from the south and it travels north and it follows the west coast of or the east coast of Asia. And then what it does is it goes north to Alaska and then it comes down. But as it's doing that, it's picking up all of that toxic material, that nuclear waste and everything like that. Well, so you have to go south, you have to go further than where that is, and so that's where we get it, where the Tonga region, like you're talking about, we actually get our seaweed far enough south that it's not getting any of the contaminants, which is really good, just like you're pointing out.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Kurt, we've got, I invited, well, I was hoping to share Raula's testimonial today. She posted on Facebook, and, you know, I was hoping to read it out. I can see that she's managed to jump on the call. I'm not sure, Raula, if you feel uncomfortable just unmuting yourself and sharing, or perhaps we just read what you wrote, since you put it so succinctly. Anyway, let me see if I can find it here. Let me see. So I'll go ahead and then read it, perhaps. But we do have her on the call, unless you want to. Oh, she's got her hand up there, Kurt. So
Okay.
can you mute her?
Yeah. Hang on. I'll all right, Rula, you can unmute yourself.
Yep.
Hi, Kurt.
Hey, how are you doing today? What a great story.
I know. I'm really well. I just spent a couple hours in the garden, so I'm pretty happy about that.
All right. Well, our gardens are frozen up here, so we can't.
Raula, do you want me to read your testimonial, or do you want to talk?
Yeah, no, you read it, Katie. It's,
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, great. So Raula's on the call with us today. And I'm going to read her full post here because it was such a great post. She said that some people don't believe in what I do. They forget our bodies are made up of water and chemicals. When the chemical balance gets messed up, we can get sick. I only work with getting the body back into balance. I don't claim to treat or cure any disease. I can't make that claim at all. But here is my testimonial, one I never thought I would be making. So the 10th of the 2nd. So, yep. So so today I get to do my very own happy dance. I was diagnosed with non-smokers lung cancer in December 2022. I had a 22 millimeter tumor in the lung, which has spread to the spine, 4 tumors in the spine causing 2 fractures. Oh, wow. After just 2 months, I'm happy to say that the tumor has shrunk from 22 millimeters to 11, and the 4 tumors I had in my spine can no longer be seen on any scans, and the 2 spinal fractures have healed. What was my part in that? Optimizing my nutrition so my body could do what it needs to do. That's all. I'm under the care of oncologists at the same time. They are fully aware that I'm taking this product. That is how it should be done. It all works together. I'm so grateful for the support I've had and the nutrition I am taking. Never give up. There is always hope. So Raula's been taking quite a number of doses of the Fucoydon, Raula.
Yeah, I have. I've been the first, I'd say 6 weeks up until my diagnosis, I was like pretty much housebound. So I was managing to get 7 in a day, 7 doses of both Fucoydon and Eternity, actually, along with some other supplements that Kurt recommended. Now I'm probably taking around 4 or 5 doses a day, but I'm trying really hard to get as many in. Because I love the product, and I don't think I would have had such a quick turnaround and a quick result, such a good result, I should say, within such a short period of time, because it had only been 6 weeks from diagnosis. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well done, Raula. And it's just such an inspiring story to hear, and such bravery, and it reminds me of that. I was telling everyone on my Facebook page about that movie True Spirit, about that girl with massive courage who sailed around the world solo, and she has such courage, and it's really no different to you, having courage and going through this and maintaining I guess, your confidence throughout and doing what needs to be done and supporting your body. So it's just such a wonderful story. And I really thank you for sharing that. And hopefully that's inspired some people today who are listening to the recording or on the call. We've also got
Thanks,
another
Katie.
great, oh, great. Thank you, Raula. And we've also got another great testimonial from Amy. I might just to read her one out too. She's posted that on Facebook too. Hey everyone, I got some of the best news today. My family member is cancer free. Quite emotional, thank God. She had chemo. I gave her heaps of Fucoydon and Eternity as well as Spectromax. The age pill, she also had acupuncture at what were determined to be optimal times in the treatment. I'm so glad, and I'm sure Sizzle products helped. Thanks to everyone who helped with information. I greatly appreciate you. And I'm so happy for this result for my family. Praise the Lord. And then, yeah, she's just going on about what her next step is for, maintaining good health. So another great testimonial, and we just have testimonial after testimonial. As she said, we're not claiming to treat, prevent, or cure anything. This product can work in conjunction with treatment, given the treating practitioner is okay and you're okay with that, but it just does get some phenomenal results, doesn't it, Dr. Kurt?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, it works. The thing about it is when I talk to a lot of these oncologists, they aren't familiar with Fucoydon. They don't have any knowledge on it. So if you just go to your doctor and you say, hey, what do you think of this? Their immediate answer is, oh no, don't take that, because they don't know what it is. And they most doctors don't have enough time to go and research it. So you kind of have to educate them a little bit on what it does. Don't overwhelm them. Don't do that, because then what happens is then they throw up their arms again and they won't look at what you have. But a lot of times when I'm talking to these oncologists, these doctors, what I tell them is it's a great anti-angiogenic product. What that means is it cuts off the blood supply to the tumor. And if you can't get a blood supply, the tumor can't grow, because tumors need lots of blood. They need lots of nutrition. And so you cut off the blood supply to the tumor, and it's going to be contained. And the other thing about Fucoydon is it boosts the immune system. Thousands, I've heard 3,000% it boosts the immune system when you start taking it, and it turns on that part of your body. It works with your body, so it's not curing, it's not treating, anything like that. What it's doing is it's working with your body to get your body to do what it's supposed to naturally do. And so if you're on chemo, it's going to work with the chemo, and so that's the thing that you want to get the doctors to understand.
Yeah, fantastic. And I know Ian had done quite a bit of research with Fucoydon and come across a website that was discussing some studies, medical studies where, well, I'll let you share, Ian, but I think it was in Japan where they're using it in conjunction with the chemo, giving it at the same time, weren't they?
Yes, that was going back a little bit now, but what they were doing was including the Fucoydon in conjunction with the chemo. And what it basically did was it actually allowed the chemo to proceed, but it also reduced the effects that the chemo had on the body. So
Negative
very
effects.
Pardon?
It reduced the negative effects and allowed the positive effects too.
Yes, the negative effect. Yeah, quite right,
Yeah.
Katie. Yeah.
And also just to mention, when we're saying Fucoydon there, we're talking about the ingredient Fucoydon, Fucoidan, which is an extract. Sizzle's Fucoydon is pronounced the same way, but spelt differently. All the studies that are done on the ingredient. We can't make claims specifically on our product, but if you, as Kurt has spoken earlier, I mean, all you need to do is go to the medical websites, pubmed.gov, type in Fucoydon, Fucoidan, and there's literally thousands of studies that will come up on that topic, and you can go through and read them. And there's just more and more studies coming out. In fact, the number of studies on that topic is increasing, not decreasing, because of the health benefits that it provides in terms of supporting the body, as we said, to do what it needs to do, and what it should do is to keep us healthy. So it's just a fantastic ingredient, and we're fortunate to have such a great product, Fucoydon, a unique product, as Ian's pointed out when he's compared the price point for our product to other high quality Fucoydon products on the market. Ours is much more affordable, and we've got patented processes, patents on it, don't we, Dr. Kurt?
You bet. I think there's almost 100 patents on it that the Maurers own on the manufacture and the science behind the knowledge behind the Fucoydon molecule that they own.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, so
one
that's
thing. Sorry.
yeah, go on.
Okay. I was just going to say, from my own point of view, we talked about improving the immune system, and as we know, the gut's part of the immune system. And so I was looking at it from my point of view, and apparently, from what I could gather, is that when you consume the Fucoydon, is it goes into the gut, and the gut looks at it as a problem for it. So what it does is it sets up an immune response to the Fucoydon. So what it does, it increases the different cells that bring our immune system right up. So it really has a real big benefit for our immune system within the gut. So very important to consume it for your immune system and your gut health.
You bet.
Yeah, fantastic. I've got a study there, actually. I'll just quickly bring it up there, Kurt, and what Ian's talking about. So I shared this study earlier. Let me just bring it up on the screen so people can see here. So we just share here. So this is a study done called Fucoydon Protects Against High-Fat Diet-Induced Obesity and Modulates Gut Microbiota in Institute of Cancer Research Mice. So Kurt, do you want to elaborate on this article?
Yeah, I mean, when you take a look at it, so first thing I want to point out that, you know, whenever I look at a study, I look at, you know, where's it published? Where's the, you know, is it a peer-reviewed journal? So this is the Journal of Medicinal Food, right? So when you look at that, and look at the date, you know, it's a copyright 2021, Korean Society of Food Science and Nutrition, you know, so it's got some good clout behind it. It's not, you know, some fly-by-night type of just somebody selling Fucoydon that wrote a study on it. You know, this is actually it's a peer-reviewed study. So it has biological processes, is what it says, an anticoagulant. You know, it keeps your blood from getting real sticky. You know, an immunomodulatory, which means that it's going to modulate the immune system so that if your immune system is working too much, it's going to kind of pull it back a little bit. If it's not working enough, it's going to speed it up. It's anti-inflammatory, like I said. I mean, the product that we have, they figure it's about 3,000% increase immunity based on the product, and then antioxidant and the anti-angiogenic properties, all of those different things. And so, you know, like they're talking about it, you know, it helps with getting rid of these fat cells by breaking them down, and then the body can get rid of them. And you know, the thing that I tell people a lot is you got to remember that a lot of your toxins are fat soluble, so they're going to be found in the fat cells. So as you're burning fat as energy, you know, you got to remember that those toxins got to go somewhere. So you want to have a product like Fucoydon in your body because it's going to help to fight those toxins at the exact same time.
Yeah, fantastic. And so, yeah, so it's a really great article, and this is just one of many articles of this kind that you can find. So also to let people know, the best way, I think, you know, to buy Fucoydon, if you're looking for a discount, is you can buy it in the 4-pack. And so that is a great saving. The price for the customer price is $209 US, and it's 10% less if you join as a distributor. So, you know, it's a great product to have on hand and have it in your cupboard. You can always give it as a gift to someone as well. So that's always really a great idea. So I'm just going to stop the share there. I've got a couple of slides. I might just bring them up quickly. This was actually, Ian, that you put this presentation together. We've covered most of it today, but I will bring it up just in case there's something that we've missed here that we could, you know, finish off on. We've got about sort of 6 minutes to go. So, yep, so we've covered, yep, where it's from. So I'll just bring this up here. Let me just play this from current slide. So we've talked about how, you know, Fucoydon is really important as a part of a nutrition program. And Kurt's just talked about, exposure to harmful chemicals and how it builds up in our fat cells. So Fucoydon is really good with supporting the body in that process. And just bring up, so yeah, our patented manufacturing process, and this is what makes the Sizzle Fucoydon so unique. As you can see, the spelling's different. So just to reiterate, Sizzle's Fucoydon's Fucoydon, and the Fucoydon ingredient is Fucoidan. So it comes from the seaweed Limi Moo, and we have all the different types of Fucoydon in our product, as Kurt's already discussed, which is U, F, and G, which makes it more potent and powerful product. So it's also got the black pepper in there. Kurt, do you want to talk why that's in the product?
Well, like a lot of products, like they found, like you take a look at curcumin, you take a look at other natural extracts that help with the anti-inflammatory and things like that. What black pepper does is it tends to open up the cell, and it allows the Fucoydon molecule to get into the cell. That's what the black pepper does. So it actually makes it more powerful by adding that.
All right, fantastic. And then it's also got, I was going to bring up, it also says it's got the signature fruit blend. So for flavor, I guess that's for.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've ever tried brown seaweed by itself. I have.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that didn't want to do a liquid product. He just wanted powdered Fucoydon.
Yeah.
And so I hooked him up with Tom, and my friend had enough money that he had Tom make him Fucoydon powder. And it was a purplish, ishy smelling. I mean, it smelled like it
Horse
didn't.
manure. It does smell a bit horse manure, does it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It smelled like a horse barn, and it didn't have a good smell to it, and it definitely didn't taste very good. I tried it, but that's how my friend wanted to do it. He didn't want to do the juice. He didn't want to do that. So he would take a spoonful of it every morning.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Fantastic. And so we've got in there as well, we've got red raspberry juice concentrate, which red raspberry's got many antioxidant properties, and there's also black currant fruit as well. So some great ingredients in this product. And so it supports many of the systems of the body. Do you want to just touch on maybe how it supports the body overall and all the different systems?
Well, I think the main thing is you've heard me talking on the calls before that, if you're going to talk to people about it, I try to oversimplify things for people so that they can understand it, so it's easier to share. I'm not going to get into all the science. How does it help the liver? How does it help the kidney?
Sure.
How does it help the circulation? Everything like that. What I'm going to say is this: inflammation. One of the key components of any chronic disease is inflammation. If you've got a neurodegenerative brain disorder like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, there's inflammation. If you've got an immune problem, there's inflammation. If you've got a cardiovascular problem, there's inflammation. If you've got arthritis, there's inflammation. And so if we just think of Limamui or Fucoydon as being an anti-inflammatory, that's all you have to know. And let it do the work. Facts tell and stories sell. That's the key to it.
Yeah, that's right. And I think we've shared plenty of stories tonight. So I guess tonight there for you, today for us. I might leave it there so we don't go too long. It's probably better to do a little bit shorter with more information than going on too long, I think.
You bet. Well, Katie, thanks for bringing those slides, and Ian, thanks for jumping on and sharing, and I pray that you continue to have good health and get your health back. And you bet. And for everybody that's looking at should I take Fucoydon? If you're listening to this recording, if somebody shared this with you and you're on the fence about it, here's what I'm going to tell you: take Fucoydon every day. Just take a 1 ounce shot glass of it every single day. Do that for 90 days straight. Just do it for 90 days straight. And at the end of 90 days, quit taking it, and then see what happens. And I've had people do that, and every single time they come back and they say, I got to get some more. They've never, after they've done it for 90 days, they never continue to not do it. They always go back on it because they feel different. They feel better.
Fantastic. Great. Well, on that note, I'm going to go have some Fucoydon and I'm going to go for a walk.
All right. Thanks for being with us, everyone. Have a
Alan.
great weekend, and we'll be back next Friday. I don't know what our topic will be, but we'll be back next Friday and Saturday down in Australia. And you know, we just always try and bring something interesting to talk about. And Ian, I hope that we get you back to talk quick soon.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Okay.
everyone. Bye. Thanks, Ian.